begins now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Regina on Whitney is off tonight.
Spokane police have arrested a 9 Mile Falls man accused of strangling his wife more than a dozen times and threatening to kill her.
Now, the suspect was in court today for assault and harassment charges. According to Spokane County court documents, Douglas Eggleston has a history of domestic violence dating back to 2009. He has been married to the victim for 16 years and they share 2 children. The victim reported him to investigators yesterday while at Deaconess Hospital. She feared he would kill her because of his escalating violent behavior. She told police Eggleston sent her several text messages threatening to burn their house down while she and their children were inside. Court documents say the suspect has assaulted her about 15 different times, some of which were never reported. She said those incidents involved Eggleston strangling her. Earlier this month, she says he assaulted her after they had an argument at a bar. While at her car, documents say he beat and strangled her several times. She tried to reach for her gun, but he wrestled it out of her hands and threw her into his truck. The assault continued as her drive home. We asked Spokane Police Sergeant Jordan Ferguson how police handled repeat violent offenders.
Our whole goal isn't to break up a relationship or throw somebody in custody. It's to stop this behavior. And if you can't stop it on your own, we're going to help you stop it by putting you through programs or that threat of going to jail or prison with that. So a lot of first-time offenders will go through a batterer intervention, perpetrator treatment.
Although the suspect does not have any prior convictions, the judge said that she's very concerned about the suspect threatening to harm his whole family. He remains in custody at Spokane County Jail on a $25,000 bond.
In Idaho right now, confusion between the state's top leaders. The state's Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin filed an executive order today that would ban any public entity from enacting a mask mandate.
Yeah, Governor Brad Little's spokesperson claims this is a surprise because the governor is out of town. Our own Ian Smay is live in the newsroom tonight with more information. Ian.
Yeah, good afternoon, guys. Janice McGeachin is acting as governor while Little meets with Republican governors in Nashville. He is scheduled to return later tonight. McGeachin said in a tweet this morning that she signed the order to protect the rights and liberties of individuals and businesses by prohibiting the state and its political subdivisions, including public schools, from imposing mask mandates in our state. She has been a staunch critic of mask mandates so far, and this has caught the Coeur d'Alene School District off guard. They currently have a mask mandate implemented at Lake City High School due to COVID-19 outbreaks. The district said in a statement this afternoon that it wasn't given advance notice of the executive order and is working with its legal team and Governor Little's office concerning their mask mandate. They also said there is currently no plans to change the mask rule at Lake City unless legal counsel or the school board changes that policy. That means as of now, masks will still be required at Lake City High School tomorrow. It's important to note that Governor Brad Little has never implemented a statewide mask mandate. He left mandates to smaller levels of government, such as cities and health districts, and has said wearing a mask is an individual decision. Now, there has been some confusion over how McGeachin was able to make this crucial decision without actually being the governor. The Idaho State Constitution states that the lieutenant governor assumes the governor's role when he or she has a, quote, temporary absence from the state. With Governor Little out of town, McGeachin is able to do anything she would do if she were the elected governor. Governor Little's office has released a statement about McGeachin's executive order. It reads in part, quote, throughout the pandemic, Governor Little has been committed to protecting the health and safety of the people of Idaho and has emphasized the importance of Idahoans choosing to protect our neighbors and loved ones and keeping our economy and schools open. The governor's office will release a more detailed statement after reviewing the executive action closer. This is the first time McGeachin has had the chance to act as governor since last June. What makes this more interesting is that McGeachin has already announced that she will be running against Little in the Republican primary when Little is up for re-election in 2022. In the newsroom, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Ian. Lori Vallow Daybell has been declared not fit for trial. Today, she was ruled mentally unfit to stand trial in the murder case against her. Vallow is the mother of her children, JJ and Tylee. Their remains were found on her current husband's home, Chad Daybell's property in Rexburg, Idaho. Earlier this week, the Idaho couple were indicted on murder and conspiracy charges in the deaths of those 2 children, as well as Daybell's first wife, Tammy Daybell.
With today's decision, all criminal proceedings against Vallow are halted. The orders were issued by Judge Stephen Boyce. Boyce's ruling came after Vallow was examined by a licensed clinical psychologist psychologist. Notably, Idaho does not allow for a so-called insanity defense, by which a defendant can be found not guilty of a crime due to their mental state. Idaho law mandates that a defendant must be able to understand the charges against them, follow what is happening in court, and also assist their lawyers in their own defense.
Felony charges have been filed against 3 Tacoma Police Department officers related to the death of Manuel Ellis. Ellis, a 33-year-old black man, died in handcuffs while being restrained by Tacoma police on March 3rd. Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson filed the felony charges in Pierce County Superior Court. Christopher Burbank and Matthew Collins are charged with second-degree murder. Timothy Rankin is charged with first-degree manslaughter. With the charges, warrants were issued for the 3 officers' arrest. This is the first time the AG's office has criminally charged police officers in Washington State for the unlawful use of deadly force.
Today, the Grant County coroner named the man who was found dead on a sidewalk yesterday in Moses Lake. He is being identified as 24-year-old Christopher Vincent of Moses Lake. The victim died from gunshot wounds. According to the Grant County Sheriff, his death has been ruled a homicide. Yesterday, the victim's body was found along Airway Drive near Cochran Road in Moses Lake at about 4:30 a.m. Deputies arrived at the scene and found that it was the body of a deceased man. This is still under investigation, and we'll bring you the very latest information as we do receive it. Turning the page now to a check on weather. It was really windy out there.
Oh boy, so windy. We have a wind advisory in effect. Take a look at this. Wind advisory in effect until 6 this evening. You can see everywhere shaded in yellow. Also blowing dust now just kind of east of Moses Lake, headed towards the Ritzville area. So watch out for reduced visibility out there. But we've seen some wind gusts here in the Spokane area in excess of 40 miles per hour. So again, we're looking at very windy conditions across the region. You can see the wind right now. The average wind speed at the airport is out of the southwest at 30 miles per hour. Cloudy skies at 68 degrees. Lots of rain has been happening over in northern Idaho. We're getting a few showers here locally now in the Spokane area. More rain to the south of us, and as you can see, it's tracking to the northeast. We've also had isolated thunderstorms up around Curlew. Those have kind of died out and moved up into Canada right now, but you can see some heavier showers up along the Rathdrum Prairie and also north of the Spirit Lake area, kind of in the Priest River region. We're seeing some pretty strong rain. We'll look for mostly cloudy skies tonight after we get this evening rain. 45 the low. Decreasing wind too expected. Tomorrow will be cooler with a few showers, especially in the afternoon. We'll look for a daytime high of 66 degrees. Still, for the Memorial Day weekend, it feels like more like a 4th of July weekend. I've got mild weather on Saturday, warm weather on Sunday, and 84 degrees expected on Memorial Day Monday. Keep in mind, the average high for this time of year is 70, so on Monday it could be 14 degrees above average, and it gets even hotter next week. I'll have your 7-day outlook in just a few minutes.
Well, speaking of that amazing sunshine we're going to expect, it's a sure sign of summer because Tom's barbecue forecast is back here at Krem. It combines all of our favorite things, right? Summer grilling, good weather, and of course, helping the fight against hunger.
Love that one the most. My barbecue forecast will start today. Besides just grilling, we also promote the Beef Counts program, which helps buy beef for families struggling with food insecurity. And the Beef Counts program has been going on for more than a decade. I love what this program has done. It has supplied more than 2.5 million servings of beef in Washington and northern Idaho. You can help support the program just by buying St. Helens beef. That's locally raised beef. And you can do that at Rosar's, and 10 cents from each pound then goes to the Beef Counts program. If you'd like more information on my barbecue forecast, well, next week we'll have some real good recipes as well. And of course, the Beef Counts program, just text the word barbecue to 509-448-2000. We'll give you a link to the program and all the information surrounding that. And of course, beginning next week, I'll be posting my recipes as well. So you can send us pictures of you grilling to that same text number, because I'd love to share what you're doing out in the backyard as well.
So excited. And you know, Tom, I'm doing that low carb live. So I'm looking forward to that barbecue recipes next week.
Okay, I'm liking what you're saying. Today we're just doing burgers and dogs because it's a Memorial Day weekend, but we think that'd be great.
Out of the two, what do you like, hamburgers or hot dogs?
I like them both equally. How was that? Honest to gosh, I like them both. They got to be high quality hot dogs.
Yes.
All beef and high quality hamburger meat.
Love that.
Well, I'm loving this too. You know, we always talk about the Gonzaga basketball team. How about this? The Gonzaga baseball team now has a huge series against San Diego. Starts today, and that will decide who wins the WCC and if Gonzaga will host an NCAA baseball regional for the first time in their program history.
Yeah, so Brenna Green joining us now from the Patterson Baseball Complex tonight to preview the matchup. Hi there, Brenna.
Hi, Regina. Yeah, this almost feels like it was meant to be, this series happening right now, because this series was originally scheduled to happen back in May. Unfortunately, Gonzaga went on a COVID pause when they were supposed to play San Diego, but turns out both of these teams were free this week. The reason why that they're both available is that the WCC normally plays their conference tournament this weekend, but that was canceled due to cost-saving measures this year. As Spokane native and Gonzaga pitcher Alec Jacob pointed out to me, this series kind of feels like a de facto WCC tournament, as Gonzaga is first in the conference standings and San Diego is second. Gonzaga needs to win one game in this series to win a WCC championship, and probably needs to win two to lock up an NCAA regional. Meanwhile, San Diego is on the bubble for the NCAA tournament, so getting a series win up here would be huge for them. Translation, this is going to be a very entertaining few days at the Patterson Baseball Complex.
I think it's going to be an absolute dogfight. You can expect a really good series. A lot of fight in both teams. We both have a lot on the line.
There's going to be definitely like a competitive edge there for sure, where, guys are going to be playing their hardest, and it's going to get, it might get a little trippy.
Gonzaga and San Diego play tonight at 6 o'clock and tomorrow at 6 as well. They wrap up the series on Saturday at noon, and then Sunday, well, it's Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament. Going to be a crazy few days for this Gonzaga baseball program, and we'll be there every step of the way. We'll bring you the latest tonight at 10 o'clock, and if Gonzaga wins, we will hear from the team on their WCC championship. Reporting at Patterson Baseball Complex, I'm Brenna Green, KREM 2 Sports.
Well, that should be a lot of fun tonight.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, Silverwood Theme Park is opening a brand new roller coaster this weekend, actually. And this morning, our Jeremy Legoo and Brandon T. Jones got to check it out, and other coasters as well at the park.
Now, as we see them come to the top, here's the moment of truth.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we're going underground.
Oh my gosh. Okay, coming up after the break, a sneak peek at the new stunt pilot ride.